I want to share with you my story of how I started running. It's kind of been coming up more in conversation with people from my friends to people I'm meeting to the girl who does my hair, just all sorts of different things. And so I've been realizing that when I say that I run or I'm running all these races, and most of them tend to be longer distances, it sounds like I've been running for a long time. And actually, the total opposite is true. May last year, I want to say it was like May 8th. I don't remember the exact date, but May last year was when I ran my first official race. Last year, I want to say it was towards the end of April, I was speaking with a client at my full-time job, and they were talking about how they like to do cardio on the step mill, and they were basically the cardio king, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, I do a lot of cardio too. I love it. I do cardio kickboxing, and, I can do the elliptical, which is kind of like running, but not. And I did a lot of different kinds of cardio. Right now I'm like blanking, but I did a lot of different kinds of cardio, and I loved it. I didn't dislike cardio per se. I just disliked running because it was mentally hard for me. And they asked me, they were like, well, do you run? And I said, no. And I would never run. Like, the thing is that I probably could run, a 3-mile race, but I don't because it's mentally hard and I don't want to. Nobody dared me to do anything or anything like that, but after that conversation, I thought, okay, I want to find out if I can really run 3 miles or not. So I was looking into races that were coming up soon because I wanted to do it sooner than later, but I still kind of had this motivation. And I found one that was in May. I want to say it was like the second weekend of May. And I signed up for it. And my sister was like, well, I'll do it with you too. So we ran it together, and it actually ended up being an 8K race, which equates to about 5 miles. So I said, okay, I'm going to run 3 miles and then I'll walk the last 2 miles. That's my goal. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I got to about mile 4 and a half in the race, and I was still running. And I thought, okay, you have 1 more mile, like, don't stop now. And I kept telling myself, like Chalene Johnson style, you are not tired. You are not tired. And some song came on my Pandora, and I just pushed through the end. I ended up running my fastest mile time ever. Ran the whole 5 miles. I finished. I was so excited and so happy, and I was just like, whoa. Majorly impressed myself. Well, after that happened and it wasn't as horrible as I thought it would be, I decided after some reflection, it's not like it happened that day, but after some reflection and thinking about it, I thought, okay, I'm gonna do a half marathon because I've always wanted to do a half marathon. It's like kind of sort of been on my bucket list, but I never ever thought I would actually be able to run one. I thought there's no way I could do that. It's way too hard, like 13 miles, who does that? Then in October of last year, 2014, I ran a half marathon in Portland. So I went from never having ran a whole entire 3.1 mile race to running 5 miles and then completing a half marathon in October. I'm coming up on the 1-year anniversary of really like my running career, and I've probably been a little bit more gung-ho about things. I ran that 8K, which is 5 miles. Then I ran a 10K kind of in between there and the half marathon. I ran the half marathon. I ran a 5K in December, and then I actually did some runs during the busy time at my full-time job, tax season, which was like unprecedented because, I mean, 1, I never ran before, and 2, I usually try to like not plan anything because my life was so busy. I maybe wasn't the most trained for those runs, but they were still fun. I ran a Flex It Pink virtual run, and I also ran the Hot Chocolate 15K. It's been a fun experience. I have several medals now, and I also am sort of planning out what I want to do as far as runs go this year. Honestly, when I set out to run the half marathon, all I wanted to do was just run, train for the half marathon, be done with the half marathon, and then not really run anymore. But obviously that's not what happened because I ended up really enjoying it. And I think part of the reason why I like it so much is not necessarily because it's easy, but because I like being outside when it's sunny and when it's nice out, and when I'm running, I get to be outside. It's not like I've been a long time runner. In high school, I did not run at all. I mean, the closest thing I came to running, I played basketball, but I was not like a cross-country runner or track runner or anything like that. I actually really have always despised running, and I never have thought it was fun until really this last year. You know, I don't know how long this running thing is going to last for. I do enjoy it. I sort of have a season that I like to run in, which is the spring and summertime. Maybe the very beginning of fall, but you know, it's just something that I enjoy doing, and how long it'll last, I don't know. Essentially, if you want to start running, my point in telling you this story is that it's not like you have to be an all-time runner to be successful at it. That's my running story, and we'll see where it goes from here.